Chapter 48. Sam Kyle arrived at Sharmelle's house just as she promised, on time, and with a bottle of Sharmelle's favorite red wine and a bag of chocolate chip cookies from Charlotte's Cookies, a local bakery that sold only cookies. And for the next 3.5 hours, Sharmelle told her everything, from the day First Lady Hayes revealed her backstory and hired Sharmelle, to her investigative trip to Detroit, to their phone call with Dominique Pierce. And that's it. That's everything, Sam. What do you think? I think I need another glass of wine, was Sam's response. She grabbed the bottle, made herself a very large pour, and took out her laptop. Her memory was great. She repeated the highlights from Sharmelle's story and clicked away, making notes on each one. She thinks y'all, or at least the Hayeses, are after something, and her daddy must have something she's trying to protect, Sam announced after her meticulous note-taking. Sharmelle felt the need to defend Etta Hayes' motives. But that's just it, Sam. She doesn't want anything from him. She just wants him to know that he has a biological son, and if he wants to meet him, he can. So Sam told her about her brief conversation with Dominique. She said a woman named Etta Hayes contacted her father out of the blue, claiming he's the father of her son, a son he allegedly fathered in Kentucky more than 60 years ago. She told me about her phone call to Etta and Lucian, although she never mentioned Lucian's name. But the main point of her call was requesting me to poke around and see what I can find out about Etta and the Hayes family. She has no idea I know 'em all. What are you going to do? Sharmelle asked, almost afraid to hear Sam's answer. I'm not really sure. Right now, I'm nobody's lawyer in this, so I don't have a dog in the fight. But I don't really feel right giving up information about the Hayeses. I've dealt with Lucian in a couple of cases against the hospital and always found him decent and fair. But I'm telling you, Shar, you may want to warn the Hayeses. Dominique Pierce should not be taken lightly. Sharmelle was puzzled about why Dominique felt the need to get involved professionally. Personally, yes, she understood. But why was Dominique acting like a lawyer in this situation? She gave Sam more details about her trip to the Pierce's neighborhood. It was nice, but nothing out of the ordinary to signal that Marcus Pierce might be a man of considerable wealth, so it didn't appear Dominique was trying to protect a family fortune. Sam didn't think that possibility was off the table. Maybe he's like Warren Buffett, living in a modest neighborhood but sitting on a pile of money. I think you have quite an imagination on that one, Sharmelle said. I don't know, Shar. I just can't shake the feeling that there is a reason why her interest seems more than just personal. I hope I'm wrong. As they dug into the delicious bag of gooey chocolate chip cookies, they talked about what to say to Etta Hayes. She has no idea that Sam knows her secret, thanks to Dominique. Etta tried so hard to keep the secret, she may not be able to do that much longer. And it turned out to be not much longer at all. Sharmelle and Sam both agreed that Sam had a bit too much wine during the evening, so she would be an overnight guest at Chez St. Simon. Sharmelle was getting fresh linens for the guest room when Sam called out that someone was blowing up Sharmelle's phone with text messages. Not sure who'll be texting me this late, Sharmelle said as she picked up her phone and noticed 5 messages from King Lee, and before she could respond, he called. She turned to Sam. It's King. Well, don't just stand there. Answer the man and tell his fine self I said, hey, I'm going to bed, Sam announced and did an actual march toward the guest room. Hello, King. Is anything wrong? Hey, Shar. Sorry to call so late, but did you get my messages about First Lady Hayes and TikTok? Sharmelle was thoroughly confused because there was no circumstance in which she could imagine that Etta Hayes would have a TikTok account. I just picked up the phone. I was about to read your text when you called, so I haven't seen them. What's up? I'm at this social media conference in Vegas that I told you about. There's a woman here who is apparently a bona fide social media influencer with 1 million followers. I was on a panel with some other photographers tonight, and she was in the audience. She approached me when we wrapped up and said she was intrigued when I talked about how your photos and your videos need to show some emotion, have heart, just touch people in some kind of way. She asked if I'd be interested in a video project she wants to produce. Now, she told me this wild story about her grandfather, who was recently contacted by his college girlfriend, who just told him she had a baby more than 60 years ago and never told him. Never told him that he's the father. She says the woman is the widow of a prominent pastor in Pearl City, but that's about all she knows right now. Char, that sounds like First Lady Hayes. It's gotta be. But can this be true? King was waiting for Sharmelle to respond with a denial. Char, did you hear what I just said? Oh, I heard you, loud and clear, King. There's been a lot going on that I couldn't tell you about. But yes, it's true. She's talking about First Lady Etta Hayes, and I think it's safe to say I can officially declare this is a hot mess right now. King was stunned. You mean it's true? You've known about this for how long? Sharmelle was careful about how much to tell King right now. She was still mindful that there have been several developments today, but Etta and Lucian know none of them. Remember I told you about the big case I was working on that was very sensitive in nature and prompted my out-of-town trip to Detroit? Well, that was it. I was helping First Lady Hayes track down Marcus Pierce because she hasn't seen him since college, 60-something years ago. King started to speak, but Sharmelle interrupted him. King, you have to promise me not to tell anyone else about this. First Lady Hayes is desperately trying to keep this all under wraps right now. There's a lot more I may be able to tell you when you get back to town, but I need to speak to her first, which I plan to do first thing tomorrow. It may be too late, Sharmelle. She started to feel lightheaded. The influencer, April, said she has a teaser about the project, which she is already scheduled to be posted tomorrow during her last day at the convention. What? Sharmelle said in a tone just slightly before a scream. King, you have to find her and tell her she can't do that right now. King delivered some news he knew would send Sharmelle into a full-blown panic. That's impossible, Char. She's on a plane to L.A. right now for some podcast with top TikTokers from all over the country. Sharmelle felt her chest tighten, and for a brief moment considered that she might actually be having a heart attack or stroke. Char, are you okay? No, King, I'm not. I very much am not. I gotta go. Sam is here. She's staying overnight, so maybe she can help me figure out what to do next, if there's anything we can do. Okay, I have April's number. I can try to reach her before tomorrow morning. Not sure I'll be able to convince her to hold off because she seems very excited about her grandfather finding what she called his first love. She sounds like she wants to pitch a movie to Lifetime or something. Anyway, you and Sam should probably watch for it on her TikTok account. You might even be able to send her a message before it's posted. Just look for April Sun 2000. King, thanks for the heads up and for trying to reach out. I can tell you more about all of this when I see you. Looks like Sam and I aren't going to get much sleep tonight. She and King ended the call, and Sharmelle found Sam already asleep and appearing to be enjoying resting comfortably on those overpriced sheets. Sam, wake up. I need your help. We have a project and we need to get started right now. We need to find out everything we can about April Sun 2000 as soon as possible.